Data enables a person to take decisions based on facts as opposed to making decisions based on emotions and personal biases. Decisions based on data tend to have greater chances of success since the possibility of a statistically valid phenomenon happening is far greater than the occurrence of a random event. The possibility that Sachin Tendulkar would get at least a 50, if not 100, whenever he went out to bat was always higher than him getting out on zero. Finally, in the case of managing a large business which is spread across multiple locations, the only way to manage is by interpreting data trends since it is physically impossible to be present at all locations at the same time. Well, big data is data that is characterized by velocity, volumes and variety, which means that large volumes of data is generated at high speed and contains a variety of information. A wireless telephony network is a classic generator of big data with millions of calls being generated every second from multiple sources by multiple customers, consisting of call data records, SMSs and chat facilities which people are using increasingly these days, records in the call center where the customer is calling in for assistance, and obviously visiting the company's showrooms or galleries to understand products and resolve issues. So-called normal data involves structured data like the transaction history of a bank account. This kind of data is numerical in nature, gets generated at a certain predictable pace and is easy to interpret. Contrast this with interpreting the same customer's behavior where he is using multiple banking channels like web, ATM, phone banking and mobile banking, and is also frequently recording and sharing his or her experience in social media. Then the same data turns into big data because the degree of complexity multiplies. Big data can be used to solve multiple problems in all aspects of the business and social sphere. Right from customer engagement to workforce productivity to inventory optimization to predicting the traffic congestion in certain areas of the city at certain times and days can be done using big data. Well, data-related capabilities have three dimensions. There are those with computational ability, the ones who work with software like R and Hadoop to analyze and structure the data being generated. Then there is the ability to interpret the data by forming and testing hypotheses, which is done creating mathematical models using statistical tools like regression theory and various probability theories. And finally, there is the ability to apply the learning to implement decisions. These can either be support roles in data mining, business analysis, or a business management role which is tasked with deciding which option generated by the analytics teams to go with and how to successfully implement the same. First, a robust mathematical orientation and a love for numbers is a given. One can then take lots of interesting courses being conducted on the subject by organizations like IBM or by a host of business schools, most of whom run open enrollment programs. However, the course must offer opportunities for interning with organizations which give one the opportunity to apply the learning in a real-life environment, as data science, in my view, is an applied science as opposed to a pure science.